ain't shared yet.
I did share it.
It's down here.
Well, you got to share it. Remember?
My bad. There you go. Now do it. My bad.
Everything where we from, it goes down. Day and night, good, like the clock, town to town. Murder, kill, like the sun. We coming at you live from the graveyard.
I keep you bitches 6 inches when I'm switching from more for the ammunition. Listen, this is food for the kids in position. Wait to escape each clip and evicted. You're 6-bit, 666 digits, profit from these links and keep my spit prolific. In an instant, I'ma live a life like Mystic. Stay high to defy the laws of physics. Critics kiss my ass, go witness. Ever been seen when I ain't in a misfit. This shit ain't equipped with enough to have ammo. When the king starts quick split, give it a 0 when I'm a 15 like AR. You can live your life in the graveyard. Life ain't not gonna take ours. I got a lot to say that just ain't bars. If you hate ours, this day might make ours. Something frightening's about to happen. Lightning strikes the mic when I be rapping. Don't even come and tell me it's on me blasted. I'll be flashing, ego smashing. Nobody will close my casket.
Live from the graveyard, 3 young brides, ammunition, King Song, Matt Pacino.
Everything where we from, it goes down. Day and night, good, like the clock, town to town. Murder, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard. Murder, kill. Murder, kill. Murder, kill, life is hard. We coming at you live from the graveyard. No.
Tell them legit shit, for the missing up bitch ass niggas. Hey, nigga rap through my hood on rotate. Flip the script, from a strap erase. Somebody dropped in the middle of sex. Skull his ass with a missile nice really wet. It's a killer set. I got mental threats, and on top of that, I'm a lunatic. My niggas be tripping on me sometimes. Saying that a nigga be out his mind. So evacuate, in other words, vacate. Cause a nigga like me might premeditate. I'm full of danger, oops, I mean anger shit. But I guess they fuck the plot. See, eye to eye, not me, my nigga. Got 20/20, bitch, I beat my trigger. It's like we ate it, nigga, that's my bitch. We fucked around, it's amazing shit. I'm taking shit, insane shit. And every time I get done, it's an empty clip. I don't understand, but I'm on the edge. I guess I'm part of the living dead. That's what it said. From me, don't listen. Crazy, sorry, got hollows hissing. Walk with me, go kill with me, pull guns with me, come deal with me, come ride with me, go steal with me. You don't fuck with me, you history. One life like all and the sick, and the death's from me and run the stick. Torture chamber, bottom pit, the home of a deranged out lunatic.
Everything where we from,
Goes down. I'm up in this joint, baby. I'm up in this joint. I'm in here. I'm in here. I even got Ricky Bobby in the building, all right? I got Kansas City Chiefs fans in here. Ain't no hate around here, man. They won. They did what they need to do. God damn it. Anyway, like I said, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? AB in here talking about Wakanda. I'm in here. You here to see me in tears. Player, please. Ron, what up, Ron? What happened to the energy?
Up?
Where the energy at?
What's up? Let's get it. What's up?
You out here like you just came from your parole officer meeting.
No, don't start. No, I got something for you tonight, player.
Yeah, whatever, man. Make sure you go see your probation officer first.
Yeah. That's beside the point, but I got you tonight, player.
I hear you. Hey, Czar.
Hey.
Every time we see Czar, all we see is the top of his shiny bald head. You know what? You keep the cleanest top of the shiny bald head I've ever seen in my life. Let me just let you know that, all right? Man, anybody ever tell you your bald head don't be shiny? They are fucking lie. The top of it is always clean. You can always see the top.
You feel what I'm telling you?
I don't know about the back, but the top is always clean.
That's what we do.
I mean, listen. Like I said, we got Ricky Bobby in the building. Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs. You know, best quarterback in the NFL right now. Hands down.
Hey, I tell you what, Jalen put on a show last night or Sunday night though.
Man,
Patrick Mahomes said it best. If there's any doubters left, there shouldn't be.
Yeah. And then I got Ian from Las Vegas, where the next Super Bowl would be at. Las Vegas. Ian's gonna be next year around this time, it's gonna be hard to get a hold of Ian. We're gonna have to start paying money to talk to Ian next year around this time.
Yep. Ian Rakelli from PRConnectionRadio.com, the voice of new media. You already know. And hey, Dennis, you want to talk about energy? Hey, Super Bowl's coming to Las Vegas next year. Sportsbook capital of the world, the sports entertainment capital of the world, the you-know-what capital of the world. Las Vegas, Nevada, my hometown. So
that is, you know what? That is the tricking capital of the world. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
like
the prostitution capital of the world. Oh wait, am I supposed to say that?
Tricking.
Am I allowed to
We
say
call
that?
it trick. We call it tricking around here. We call it tricking because they tricking over there. So we call it.
I was gonna
tricking.
say Ron knows. Ron knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Ryan, you over there? You was over there tricking, Ryan?
I did my best.
Yo,
I did my
let's get into the
best.
trash ass players. Trash ass players, Ryan. What you got, Ryan?
Well, see, Dennis, you've been taking jabs at me all year, all
Yeah.
football season.
I'm gonna keep taking.
Y'all
jabs.
led the league in sacks, right? No, player, I need that energy from you. Yes
I
or
said,
no?
yeah. You right.
Okay. Did y'all even sack Mahomes?
We ain't touching.
Did y'all even pinch the bitch?
We ain't touching.
Okay. My other trash ass player, and Mike Tyson getting sued for something happened back in 1990.
Yeah.
In 1990, in 2023 right now.
I was 30 years
1990.
ago.
So you tell me if I go somewhere and steal a hamburger and they wait 20 years, they just sue me for the hamburger?
They
Well,
could.
if it's a good hamburger, yeah.
They could sue you, player.
I mean, if it's a world class hamburger, 5-star restaurant, yeah.
Ask Andy Reid.
It's the world we live in. Hey, whoever this Facebook user is that said F hurts, hey, we don't know what your name is, man. State your name, gangster.
Right.
Man, Hurts, man, he put on a good show. He put on one heck of a show.
And my last trash ad players. Dennis, the Falcons and Eagles got something in common. You know what that is?
That fucking shirt you got on.
No. Did you know what that is, player?
That flag in the back of your house.
No. The Eagles joined the 2016 Falcons as the only team to ever blow a double digit in halftime lead in the Super Bowl. Y'all made history.
Hey, well, hold on. How come every other time we ask you to read questions, you got to stutter, you pause? When it's time for you to read some Eagle shit, why you ain't got that same energy every time you read questions?
Y'all
No, fuck that. No, fuck. You know what? That's gonna be on my trash ass play.
Y'all
It's
made
like Ozzy Osbourne. Turn
It
it on
wasn't
and
no
off.
stutter. It wasn't no he had to read it back. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong. Fuck wrong with
He's
you.
focused, man. He's focused.
Hold
Tell
on.
him, Ron. Tell him, Ron.
I told
Hey,
you,
Dylan, what's this?
Wait a
Does the
minute.
beer make you talk
I
better?
told you, Dennis.
Better this motherfucker.
No,
Do the Eagles
I
make
told
you
you,
talk
Dennis.
better this
He
motherfucker?
said,
I told you, Dennis, you've been fucking with the wrong person. I told you. Dennis, you've been fucking with the wrong person all season. I told you I would get your ass.
Yeah, but you made sure that you lost up. You ain't got no stutter. I need that energy from you every time you read your own goddamn question.
Hey, that's
all I'm saying. Like, goddamn.
the point. Y'all made history. Return to the club, player. So no more 28-3.
Hey, man, how can you make history if you're a second team to do it?
They did it after us.
Yeah, well, y'all 28-3. We just lost. We had a
You
10-point
still
lose.
made history.
Hey, Ron, it doesn't matter, man. It was scripted. You know, the NFL script writers, they had to make sure the Eagles blew the halftime lead.
It's only scripted if the Eagles won. If the Eagles would have won today, he just said the NFL scripted. It was scripted last week when he was saying that he had his questions though.
That's why so many people hate it.
When they do it, it's a problem when we do it. Anyway, man, let's get to Zara. Zara, what you got for trash ass play?
I'm gonna let y'all have the football, man. Y'all can enjoy it. Derek Kincaid, don't bring your ass in here either.
What happened, baby?
Your Spurs is
What
back
happened,
on the
baby?
still on the list with losing 13 games in a row. Still tanking for Victor. Still ain't gonna be shit for years. It's over. Tim Duncan is gone, and he ain't coming back in that dough. Ginobili ain't coming back in that dough. Kawhi ain't coming back in that dough. Who else? Michael Finley ain't coming back in that dough. Shit. David Robinson, Victor ain't saving y'all. Quit tanking. Y'all lost 13 in a row. I don't want to hear shit. That's bullshit. And who else? You know what? Since you be coming here defending us, I ain't even putting nobody else on my trash ass list. That's all I'm leaving with it. Them San Antonio, Greg Pop ought to be ashamed of himself trying to be the GOAT coach and coaching the team with 13 losses in a row. Sit the fuck down. Get out there, play some ball. The integrity of the game is on the line. Mr. Integrity, win some basketball games and draft the team the right way, brother. And that's my track as some Spurs.
All right, what you got over there, Ian?
So really, I have 3. The first is the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the turf they had at Super Bowl. That was trash. The NFL should get a refund of $800,000 for the turf they had to bring in for the Super Bowl. And by the way, Ricky Bobby's shaking his head because, yeah, they were bragging about it. Before the game, they're like, oh, we spent $800,000, Oklahoma State, custom made. Yeah, you should get a refund on that. Second is the North Carolina Tar Heels. They were the preseason favorite. They were supposed to be this great team in college basketball, and they get embarrassed against Miami. You know, they look like they barely might even make the tournament in college basketball. So I would say North Carolina, they definitely should be on there. And I got to say Charlotte Hornets. I mean, if you're trying to tank for Victor, you're not doing it good enough. If you want Victor you are not doing
it like the Spurs. You're right. They ain't doing it good enough.
Right. They're not tanking like they should. Like, if you want to go get Victor, like executives in Charlotte have said they want, then you should really start tanking. But hey, what do I know?
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. Ricky Bobby, you are the champ on the show, so
shout out, Will.
I'll take it this day. But one, that was a hell of a game. I like I said, I didn't enjoy it as much as I wish I could have, but it was a pretty good game. But trash players, I have to go Bradbury. I know a lot of it has to do with the enemy, you know, catching and adjusting some things, but I feel like that cover 2 defense, we really kind of exploited that hole on the outside because the Chiefs do a lot of shifting and maneuvering. And Bradbury got burnt a couple times. There was Tony. It came in and then kicked back out. And then Sky Moore, he did the same thing, wide open. And he even admitted to grabbing the jersey. I'm not going to say much about that call, but, I mean, I feel like the success was exploited. In and out, and had him out there on an island when whenever the receivers would come in, whoever it was, the safeties would come up. And then when the safeties come up, and the receiver went back out, Bradbury was on his own. And it led to a lot of success.
They did it to Slade,
and
too.
I was going to say that. Do what, bud?
Yeah, they did the both of them.
Yeah.
It was definitely.
I was also going to say the turf. They mentioned, just to piggyback on what you said, they mentioned the Chiefs weren't chasing their cleats out as much. The Chiefs had played on that field already this year, and they did a lot of complaining about that field when they played the first game of the season on that field. But both teams were having trouble there.
Yeah, we played on that field as well.
I don't know. I noticed did you see all the divots getting replaced at halftime?
Yeah, I seen that.
It was crazy. That field was just falling apart. And I felt like it really it took a lot away from that game, I think, personally.
I don't blame the field, but I do have to say
not blaming the field. I just calling that field trash. That's my trash player.
You gotta. If you're going to be the one that's going to host the Super Bowl, you need to be up to par on your stuff. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Everything needs to be up to par. If you lacking in something, it should be concessions or some shit like that. It shouldn't be no fucking field play. But like I said, Vegas got it next year, and that stadium ain't even 5 years old. So
no,
we're gonna see how that works. My trash ass player actually goes to my defensive coordinator because he did to me. In the first half, he didn't stop Kelsey. In the second half, he put more emphasis into stopping Kelsey. And next thing you know, it didn't work out at the end because you got beat on the outside. And you didn't sack nobody. You didn't blitz nobody. Your linebackers, like I've been talking about all year, your linebackers do not make tackles in the backfield. With an S. Tackles in the backfield with an S. So that's all I have.
Arizona.
What?
Yeah.
What
But he got better linebackers in Arizona. Shit. That's what I'm saying. He got way better linebackers in Arizona.
And he's probably going to get Will Anderson in the draft, too. Either him or Will.
Yeah, but he don't have no D-line in Arizona. But he got linebackers in Arizona. All right, let's get to the certified players. Certified. What you got, Ryan?
My certified player, and I told y'all last week. See, Dennis, when I say something, you need to believe it, player. I told you Kansas City was going to beat y'all ass.
Okay.
I told you that.
He did tell you that.
I mean, he did say
that. Listen to the black man. You thought I just was hating.
You got to stop that black-white stuff. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in your life, but you got to stop that. Nobody listens.
That's beside the point. I told you
I'm
last
just saying,
week.
You got to change your lifestyle around a little bit.
No.
You
I
say that a
told
lot.
you last week, Kansas City was going to beat y'all down.
But they didn't beat us down. They won the game. They won the game, but they didn't beat us down. So that means you were wrong.
They won. Y'all made Patrick Mahomes look good out there. He was eating dinner, talking to his wife, talking to his mama and daddy in the huddle. Y'all could not even touch him.
But he had less than 200 passing yards.
The same thing was going on the other side. Their defense ain't do much either. So it was like
they got to Hurts.
Hurts ain't get sacked. He just ran out of bounds.
Oh, he did not toss an interception.
He fumbled. No, he just fumbled. See? He just fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball. That was on him. It's not that they got to him. He fumbled the ball.
But the pressure was right.
It wasn't no pressure. He fumbled the ball out of his hands, right?
Okay, Dennis. Call it what you want to call it. They got to him.
Okay, sir. You know what? Arguing with you don't make no sense. You couldn't wait for the Eagles to lose anyway. If they won today, you'd be miserable. So it wouldn't matter. You're right. You're right, sir. You're right. I forgot. You only read your questions right when the Eagles lose. Eagles need to lose more often because you a better analyst when they lose. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, keep on making me look good.
You terrible when the Falcons win. I just want to let you know.
Keep on making me look good, Dennis.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. What you got over there, sir?
Oh, crazy. He said, the more that they dog the man, then the more they get the dog, and whoever he said lost all. So he say all stamina. That shit, baby. Think of that movie where he said that shit. All right, man. Does the beer make you talk better? All right. I'm gonna go out to the Milwaukee Bucks, man. They won 10 in a row coming into tonight. Playing Boston. Boston ain't nobody playing, so they're going to win this game. So they're going to be a half a game out. That's going to be a fantastic two-man race. Cleveland Cavaliers won 7 in a row, trying to prove that they're for real as well. Ain't nobody really putting them in the same boat as those two, or not even really with Philly, who's probably slightly behind those two, but they're probably the fourth best team in the East, but no one's really talking about them right now.
Who's the fourth best team in the East?
Cleveland, fourth. Not many
Oh,
people really talking about them in the championship sense. But watch out for them. Experience isn't on their side. And Donovan Mitchell, who has been a number one seed and has choked as a number one seed. So, it kind of makes sense. They got to earn it, but right now they're playing very well. Out west, it really ain't much. I mean, I'm gonna give props to the Nuggets. They still holding on. Best team. They actually have the, if I look at it correctly, the best. Well, Celtics have the best overall record by a game and a half, but Denver. Those are the two teams that have 40 wins or more on the season. So kudos to them, and they have a 5-game lead on your boys from Memphis. Who have been struggling as well, 3 of 7 their last 10. So want to show the Nuggets some love as well. And shout out to my Hoosiers, man. We won 9 out of 10. Like I said, we beat Purdue. Northwestern, who also just beat Purdue. Big game between Indiana and Northwestern tomorrow. So I'm looking for my Hoosiers to get revenge. They're one of the teams that beat us at home. And so we go there. So I'm looking forward to that matchup. And shout out to Alabama, first time being number one, I believe, in over 20-some years. It's been a long time since Alabama. We're talking basketball, not football. So this is interesting that they're number one. It's been a long time. So shout out to the Alabama. Like Josh said, shout out to the Chihuahuas. Alabama, baby. Let's go.
All right. What you got over there, Ian?
So I got 5, actually. First one, I got Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts did his thing in the Super Bowl. People cannot deny that Jalen Hurts carried that team on his back. And if it hadn't been for that fumble, the only mistake he really had in the game, he had a near-perfect game. So for the people who are saying, bleep Jalen Hurts, or the people who don't believe in Jalen Hurts, stop it. Jalen Hurts has earned, superstar status. He has earned his way to being a top quarterback in the NFL. Second, I got to give props to Denver Nuggets. I mean, 5 games ahead of second place in the Western Conference. Nikola Jokic, MVP candidate, doing what he's been doing the last 4 years. I also have to say the Phoenix Suns for what they're about to do. I mean, you see KD, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Phoenix Suns. They're going to be a fun team to watch. I also am going to give credit to the South Carolina Gamecocks, 25-0 in women's college basketball, still undefeated.
Yeah. They got my daughter over there, Leah Boston. Yeah.
And since I'm here in Las Vegas, the sports entertainment capital of the world, shout out to the UNLV Women Rebels. For the first time since 1990, the UNLV women's team is ranked top 25.
Okay. Not bad. Ricky Bobby, what you got over there, Ricky Bobby?
Well, I'd like to piggyback on Ian and say I feel exactly the same way about Jalen Hurts. As a Chiefs fan, nothing but respect. Dude just balled out. Probably someone not too many people are going to talk about, but your guys' tight end Goddard, is there anything he can't catch? It seems like the harder it is to catch the ball, that man's going to find some way to snag that thing. Honestly, your receiver was snagging them like that too. But I also wanted to throw, everybody's going to talk about Mahomes. I want to throw Pacheco on there. Dude was running hard. Pretty good for playing the caliber of defense he did. Chiefs O-line. Honestly, I felt like both O-lines played pretty damn well. Both of them played outstanding. And I'd also like to shout out Tony. Tony didn't play much. He didn't have as many snaps, but he made good on the opportunities he got. Yes, Hurts' fumble was turning point in that game, but I feel like that punt return helped close the door and give KC their best chance. So I definitely want to shout out him too. He took advantage. I mean, there's not much opportunities. I feel like both he and Pacheco, whatever, however many snaps they get, you can tell they're playing differently. You know what I mean? They don't know when they're going to get the ball again. So you can tell by the way they play. And Chiefs have a ton of rookies on the team. And just seeing all the young fellas, Hurts, Mahomes, all these quarterbacks it's really cool to see these young players just balling out on the biggest stage. So that's all I want to say.
That's cool. I'm gonna give props out to Patrick Mahomes. He kind of, all the things that I was against, he made sure that he knocked them right out the park. I said an MVP don't win the Super Bowl the same year. The lie detector determines that was a lie. I said you don't throw for 5,000 yards in the season and win the Super Bowl. The lie detector determines that was a lie. I also said that the guy that leads the league in passing is usually because his defense is ass and he won't win a Super Bowl. Lie detector determines that was the guy. And he also led the league in passing touchdowns. Like this dude did it all. Anything you could do as a quarterback, he's done it in one season. After losing Tyreek Hill.
That people say that
you just put Mahomes on Maury Povich.
Yeah. But people did say that I was one of the people who said he was gonna fall off. I said that. I said it's over. He lost Tyreek Hill, it's over. And they went out and won the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have to say Patrick Mahomes is that guy. And shout out to both offensive lines, Eagles and Chiefs offensive line. They both did a great job. Matter of fact, shout out to both offenses doing a great job. Defenses, on the other hand, I don't know where the fuck my defense was at. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen them the whole damn night. South Carolina Gamecocks, they came to play. That was a hell of a game to watch. Before the Super Bowl, it was kind of good because I was like pacing around the house and I ain't had nothing to do until about 1:30. So that was probably pretty good right there to put that game on at 2 o'clock. That was a good game they had on. I even like the girl that plays for LSU. I think her name is Alexis. I can't remember her name, but she's a baller though. She is definitely a baller. And her number is 10. She's a baller. Y'all make sure y'all start watching women's college basketball. Shout out to Dawn Staley and my fault. And give a special shout out to Rasheed Wallace for talking all his shit about Philadelphia Eagles. And he's from Philadelphia as a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Shout out to Rasheed Wallace.
Hey, I noticed someone commented earlier about Andy Reid possibly retiring. He already confirmed he's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's going nowhere either.
No, he ain't going nowhere.
I guess my question is, what else does he got to prove, though? I mean, he's pretty much a top 5 head coach at this point.
Yeah, but he got the quarterback.
Keep piling it on.
Go break all the records he needs to break.
Well, I mean, why quit when you're ahead? I mean, you got a team, and you know what I mean, the chemistry, the locker room. Why stop now?
And he probably won this one with probably one of the worst defenses he ever had. Shit. But it is what it is. But let's Zara, you got the what you call it ready?
Yeah.
Matt, back. Oh, wait. Let's go to Ron's questions, then we get those up. That'll be like the last one. Let's go to Ron's question. Ron, you ready?
Number 1. Do you think Kyrie is the missing piece to get the Dallas Mavericks to the finals and win it? Dennis.
It's a possibility that it can happen. I'm not going to say no because Luka did it last year with Jalen Brunson, and to get Kyrie is an upgrade, but we have to see how it all works out. So I'm going to say it's a possibility. I'm not going to say it's a yes, but it's a possibility.
Okay. Bizarre.
They will get to the finals. They won't win it.
You got them going to the finals, though?
Yeah.
Even over Phoenix? Even with you having being a Phoenix lover? Phoenix lover.
You mean over Denver?
No, you're a Phoenix lover. Phoenix.
This
You're
year.
Kevin Durant. You're Kevin Durant lover.
Yeah, he ain't playing right now.
But he practicing though.
I will point out that Phoenix and Dallas would be the first round matchup as of today. So
I know
right,
that'd be great to me. But who you got, Ian?
who you got, Ian?
I say maybe. You know, it really depends on the chemistry. Really depends on how they build based off of their skill sets and what the strengths of Kyrie is and the strengths of Luka. You know, really, I got to base it off of that. Now, I have Dallas losing in the Western Conference Finals. I don't think they're going to the NBA Finals. I think Western Conference Finals is where they're going to go.
Bobby, who you got? Richie Bobby.
I want to say no. Leave it at that.
Okay. My next one. Do you think all of these college football players that get recruited, they know they have a 50% of chance to get drafted in the NFL? That's why they pick these schools. Dennis.
No, that ain't no. They pick the schools based on more publicity. The more publicity that they have, the better chance that they got people to see them. So, with that being said, that's why so many people was going to Alabama because almost all the Alabama games were prime time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? You had a better chance of being seen. But it's not always the guarantee that you got a 50% chance to make the NFL. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Zara.
No, it's more about prestige and going to a team with a winning culture because they most likely going to, like Dennis said, they're going to get more TV time. The only thing that throws me off, though, is unless you're really good, you know, you're battling for positions a lot. And so that's why I wonder why some of these dudes don't go to lower, you know, decent schools that are still good where they can play all the time. But, you know, they choose, that's what they choose. So, and plus, you know, just the prestige of the program, that's the biggest deal in college sports is the prestige of the program and the reputation.
Okay. Yeah.
No, because the thing about college athletes is everybody's different. There are some college athletes that want to go to the NFL. You know, they want to pick a college. You know, they want to pick a college that has a good chance of getting into the NFL. There's some college athletes that want to win a championship. So they're going to go to a school where they think they can go out and win a championship. There's some college athletes that want to make the most money. So they're going to sign an NIL deal with whoever gets them the most money. There's some college athletes that are all about, all right, I want to get my degree. You know, I want to get my scholarship. You know, I want to do my 4 years, graduate, get my degree. It just depends on who the athlete is. So, no, I think that it really just depends on who the athlete is and who you're talking about.
Okay. Richie Bobby.
Man, I'm going to look like a fool following Ian, but I agree wholeheartedly. It's different for so many players. There's so many different reasons. Like, if I remember correctly, Eli went to Ole Miss because that's where his dad was at. That's where his dad made his name. So he wanted to go to Ole Miss. There's so many different reasons players pick different teams. Jalen Hurts, after he got kicked out of the starting position, he switched up and transferred. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons players pick the schools they pick. Could be playing time, could be the best opportunity for the NFL. Obviously, if you know that one of your biggest competitors is playing the same position at the school you're looking at, you probably don't want to go there. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that go into it. There could be family ties, there could be loyalties. There's just so many different reasons.
Okay. My next question. What matchup you would like to see in the NBA playoffs this year? Zar.
Bulls, Mavericks, NBA Finals.
Yeah. Be for real. What matchup?
Sit back down, Dennis. Sit back down, Dennis.
Dennis. What matchup?
I want to see I want to see Boston play Miami first round. I want to see Memphis play the Warriors first round.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
So really, the two I got is I got Milwaukee Bucks, Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA Finals. I want to see Giannis get his second championship. And then the second one I got is the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round. I want to see Giannis versus Joel Embiid. That's what I want.
Richie Bobby.
Can I just pass on this one?
All right. My next question. Name a NBA team you think will make a lot of noise in the playoffs this year, and you can't name your own team. Dennis.
Big Memphis. I don't even know why the fuck you asked me. Next question.
Zar.
Who's gonna make some noise?
Yes, make a lot of noise.
I mean, pick the obvious. I got the Mavericks.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with Milwaukee. I'm going to go with Milwaukee because they're going to go and win the whole thing. And you know what? Brooklyn, they're going to lose in the first round because of, trading away all their players. So, but I'll say Milwaukee. My pick would be Milwaukee. They're going to win the whole thing.
Because Ben Simmons is now the star.
They're not yet.
Well, at least their coach isn't Doc Rivers. So.
Ouch.
Wait a minute.
Ouch.
Who is your best? Oh, you are a Clippers fan. Nicholas.
Richie Bobby.
So, if they're making a lot of noise, that means it's not expected, right?
Right.
Right.
You know what? Why don't I jump on that train with Phoenix? Phoenix lover.
There you go. Phoenix.
Why not? I mean, if they do it, that's going to make a lot of noise. I'm just saying. Why not pick the Cinderella team?
I will go with
Atlanta,
no. I
that's
will
his
go
team.
with Boston.
Can't pick his team.
Utah.
I will go with Boston. My next question: Should the NFL owner be involved in big decisions when it comes to their starter quarterback? Dennis.
Certain situations, I believe so. But if you're involved in a big situation like that, what did you hire a GM for? That's sometimes what I'll be thinking about. Like, if you hire a GM, in my eyes, you hired him because you trust him to make these big decisions for you.
What?
And for you to sit back and actually be an owner, not be all up in the TV shows,
Dancing.
all up in there asking questions.
Hey, Dennis.
Come to Philly.
Got a big ass boat outside the stadium.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. What's a GM?
I don't know. Jerry Jones. The GM last name is Jones.
Stephen Jones.
Stephen or Jerry, whichever one you think about. But his last name is Jones.
Zara.
Sure. They pay everybody. Why not be involved?
Richie Bobby.
All right. So, if I own a team, especially like these teams that have been stuck in quarterback limbo for so long, such as Washington or Houston, no offense, Ian, maybe even Chicago.
None taken. None taken.
I'm just saying, eventually, I'm stepping in. Especially when you got a carousel of coaches and quarterbacks and everything going on, you're going to have to step down and assert something, at least start somewhere. If I own a team, you darn right, I'm going to be expressing what I want. Me personally, that's what I would do. It'd be really hard for me to own a team, step back, and just let someone else do it with my name on it. Just me personally. But I would say it depends on the situation and the team. Somebody needs to step in places like Washington or Houston. Somebody needs to step in. And
I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go to Washington. I'm going to bring the chocolate back to chocolate city. Don't worry about it.
go straighten them out.
I'm going to go there.
Well, I mean, I will say this about Chicago. I think our 97-year-old owner, she probably doesn't even understand the current NFL. So you ask her who the quarterback is, she probably can't name a lot of starting quarterbacks still in the league. So when it comes to answering your question, yes, if you are an owner and I spent $4 billion, $5 billion on a team, absolutely, I'm going to be involved. However, I'm calling out Mark Davis here. However, if you pick a quarterback and he fails, don't blame the general manager.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My next
Well,
question.
to be honest with you, with the Eagles, when we picked Carson Wentz, what is his name? Jeffrey Lurie went to go see Carson Wentz at the Senior Bowl, which is the Senior Bowl this week?
Senior Bowl was last week.
Last week.
Senior Bowl was I thought that was Wichita Bowl.
Where you been at?
That was the East-West Shrine game, wasn't it?
All right. So the East-West Shrine Bowl was here in Vegas, and the Senior Bowl was in Alabama. It's the same day. They both happened the same day.
Where you been at, sir?
What the fuck? Never mind. I'll leave it alone.
By the way, I will say that kind of was an inside joke there. Mark Davis loved Derek Carr. Josh McDaniels didn't. So Mark Davis kept him and then threw him under the bus. So, you know.
But he didn't draft him. That's the difference. I like if you love a guy that much that you draft, like okay, for example, like we all seen draft day, right?
Right.
Remember how the owner wanted that guy, but the GM didn't?
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you know the GM and the owner was gonna fire the GM because that's how much he wanted that guy that he wouldn't even got a jersey made and everything, and he put a private jet and everything down there. That's
right.
the kind of situation I'm talking about. Like if you're that invested, then you don't need to have a GM.
And somehow he got from New York to Cleveland and only 4 picks.
Yeah. Yo.
I mean, what the point of getting a GM and you will not let him do his job? What the point of?
We're just gonna say maybe that's a 1-hour flight. I'm just gonna agree with you on that end that maybe it's a 1-hour flight and 4 picks he could get there on the jet. That's all I'm gonna say. I haven't flew from New York to Cleveland, or Cleveland to New York or whatever. But I
mean that private jet must have been going at full speed then.
My next question. Do you think the Phoenix Suns gave up too much to get Kevin Durant? Dennis.
I do agree that they gave up too much, but we won't find that out until next year around this time. Well, I can't say around this time, but next year in June is when we'll find out that they give up too much. Because I say when you trade somebody during the trade deadline, that first half of the year is but that next half, I mean, the next whole season that they got, the whole off season and the whole everything else, you know what I mean? They fully invested, full training camp, got to see the full squad and all that.
Right.
And if they don't make that, and if you spent 4 picks on a guy and a couple players, and they don't make that push for you to take you to the next level to win a championship, then it wasn't worth it.
Okay.
That's what I say.
Czar.
Oh man, I mean, kind of what Dennis said makes sense. I agree. I agree with that to a degree. Yeah, I mean, I'll say I'll leave. I can't really add more to that. Dennis said it. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Actually,
I told myself to answer me questions first.
No, I agree with that. I was thinking, but no, that's perfectly right.
It really depends on if they win a championship or not. If they win a championship, then all the assets they gave up was worth it. If you don't win a championship, you're going to be.
I mean, that's real quick, Ian. I mean, now something just popped in my head. That's what all the pro LeBron Laker fans, because there's an argument amongst Laker Nation has been since LeBron's been there. Oh, we won the chip in the bubble. It was all worth it because they pretty much mortgaged their whole future.
Right.
Well, at the end of the day, it's about winning a championship.
But then there's other players saying, "Well, we were Lakers. We every year we got 17. We don't play for one. We play every year. And notice
But
they
they
have,
usually,
huh?
they usually do. I got to give them their props. They usually do
That's
go
what
to
I'm saying. But
But
ever since
isn't this
that
the
one
same
chip,
Lakers that have had
hold on,
9
hold on.
losing
But ever
seasons?
since that one chip,
I mean,
they ain't been in the mix for no more chips. So the non-LeBron Laker fans are right, correct. We traded the whole shit for one bubble chip at that, not a regular championship. And now look at us. We're trash.
9 losing seasons in the past 11 years.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
and this is another thing I want to say on that LeBron situation. When it comes to the Lakers usually go to 3 in a row. They usually do 3 in a row, and they may not win all 3 in a row, but they usually go to 3 in a row.
Okay.
That's since I've been on basketball, Lakers going 3 in a row.
Richie Bobby.
Kind of agreeing with everybody here. But like Zara's talking about mortgaging the future. That's exactly what you're kind of doing. Ian was talking about depends on what they do this year, whether they get a championship or not. You look at what the Rams did, everything they did, just putting everything on here and now, trying to make a push. Makes me think, though, like the Herschel Walker trade. You can take draft picks and do a lot with draft picks if you do it right. But if that one player that you mortgaged everything on doesn't turn out or doesn't benefit your team and help with that push, well, it's not like you're going to draft somebody to help in that area now because you done traded it all away. So that's how I see it.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on, Ron. Before you go to your next one, Ian, didn't I'm not just Ian. Everybody, didn't the Saints trade all their draft picks for Ricky Williams?
Yep.
They did. They traded all their picks for Ricky Williams.
Who did they trade all their picks to?
The Washington Redskins.
Oh, well, they ain't work out for the Redskins either. Never mind.
Nope.
Never mind. Saints won that one.
Well, here's the thing. Both teams didn't win, though. Ricky Williams was gone after 3 years, and the Redskins never made the playoffs during that 3-year span.
Well, they were saying something about Master P put him in a bad deal or some shit.
Nothing to do with that. That was all Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky
also Mike
wanted
Ditka.
that.
And that whole
Ricky wanted
situation.
that deal like that. That was his idea.
My next question. Name a NBA team that should sign John Wall. Can he get that team to the playoffs? Czar.
No, I mean he ain't gonna be the reason. If he can go to a playoff team, he ain't helping no team make the playoffs. Absolutely.
You don't think so?
Hell no.
You don't think he'd be the sixth man?
No. He will not be a sixth man on any playoff team. He barely played for the Clippers.
You don't think he'd do good on your team?
No.
Hey.
I think he's done, man. I mean, that too much time and too many injuries. I think he's done. I mean, he could. The Clippers was the perfect. We don't need to depend on you. You could come in. You know what I mean? Like that was the perfect spot, and it didn't work out. I don't see it, bro.
Dennis.
I don't know. I was thinking the Bulls, the New Orleans Pelicans, and I wouldn't be mad if he came to the Sixers though. I'm just gonna say that I wouldn't be mad if he came to the Sixers. I'd take him on the Sixers. I know we got a shoe Lou of guards, but I'd take him on. As a matter of fact, you know what? Him going to Brooklyn wouldn't be a bad idea either because you could just see, if he plays in Brooklyn, you can finally get to see what he got.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. He might end up just going back to Washington, though, but I don't know. They don't like him there either, so I don't fucking move.
But the reason I would not go to Washington because they disrespected him.
So they Houston traded back for him.
Right. And the same thing in Houston. Why you gonna go back to where you get disrespected at? It don't make sense.
Ricky Bobby said his son died.
Yeah.
So we love you, Ricky Bobby.
So I have 3 teams. Now, I'm not saying he'd be a starter. I'm not even saying he's being a 6-man. But to answer the question, I say Portland. I think the Portland Trail Blazers, he could be a guy to come off the bench, kind of help, the rotation.
All right.
I say the New York Knicks. I think the New York Knicks could definitely need some help coming off the rotation.
Okay.
And I will say the Miami Heat. Because once again, I look at John Wall at this point in his career, he's a rotation guy. He will get, at the max, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and that's maximum.
Right.
So Miami, New York, and Portland.
Okay. My next question. Can you see Andy Reid being the GM and Eric Bieniemy the head coach next year? Dennis.
Not next year, but I can see that happening later. I mean, is Andy Reid 70 years old yet?
65.
55? I don't know whether he coached another 5 years. Then. Fuck that. Yeah. We got to do with Andy another 5 years. Unless he win 2 straight back-to-back championships, then he'll probably retire after that. But I think we got to deal with him another 5 years.
Zor.
Yeah. I mean, he is 175 years old, so
175 years old. You already know how I do.
And hey, he whooped Philadelphia's ass. He did whoop
He
Philadelphia.
damn sure did. And San Fran.
Right.
Both
Yeah.
Chip Kelly teams. Ain't that a bitch? I just thought about that.
Yeah.
No, but I can tell you what I think could happen. He's not going to be the general manager, but the vice president of football operations. I could see him being the vice president of football operations, replace Brant Tillis, and Eric Bieniemy becomes the head coach. In other words, he would do what Bruce Arians did. He would do what a lot of, former coaches do, and that's become, vice president of football operations, or they become assistant general manager. They turn into another assistant, executive role, but they're no longer the head coach.
Oh, like the Tuna. The Tuna did that in Miami, right?
Right, like go
that's what I'm saying. That he'll be, the assistant general manager, vice president of football operations, director of player personnel, something like
Bill
that.
Parcells did that.
Right. Myself, I could see that. I could say, you know what? I won 2 Super Bowls. What else to do?
Win 3.
There's more stuff to do, sir.
Win 3.
Well, win another one?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think he has anything else left to prove. He's already won 2.
This not his first time having the best quarterback in football at the moment. That's what I'm gonna say at the moment. It's not his first time having the best quarterback in football at the moment. Last time he was a offensive coordinator.
My next question. How many games you think the Denver Broncos will win next year? Zar.
7.
Dennis.
9.
Ian.
Best case scenario, 9. Realistic scenario, 5.
I would say 7. I think that will split with Kansas City. I ready to see 7. My next question. Do you think Fred Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame by now? Zar.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely should be in.
Dennis.
Yes.
Ian.
In fact, he should be in on the next go around. Not this one. Just bad.
Yes, but he will not be in for a while.
Why?
Because of the fact that the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the way that they're voting right now, they're not going to be putting him in yet.
But he did what they asked for. He ain't getting in no trouble in the off season, and he was very quiet. It
doesn't matter. The thing is, they have biases there, and I've talked to people who actually know about it. And when it comes to the voting and when it comes to casting ballots, there are people who have biases. And I say that when it comes to him, I won't be surprised if it takes a while for him to get in.
He should already be in. What
That's
else?
my point, is that I won't be surprised if it takes a little bit longer because of all the voting and everything. I think he should be in, absolutely. But I just don't see it's going to happen for a while.
Right.
It don't surprise me either, Ian.
That's crazy.
It don't surprise me because that's exactly how they do. That's why people be like, "Oh yeah, he gonna be a first ballot Hall of Fame." I'll be like, I don't know, because Dwight Freeney. Remember we had the conversation the other day about Dwight Freeney.
Yeah.
Dwight
Dwight
Freeney, yep.
Freeney he won the defensive player of the year. Like I'm
Right.
trying to figure out what the fuck is he not in?
Same with Jared Allen too. Jared Allen won Defensive Player of the Year. He's still not in here.
And it's sad because all those players, they did not get in trouble.
No, Jared Allen did. Jared Allen did get in trouble. When he was in Kansas City, he got to a point that he got in trouble so bad that if he got in trouble one more time, he was getting kicked out of the league.
Dang.
Him going to Minnesota actually saved him.
My next question and my last one. Name
Right.
an NBA player from the past or the present that was underrated on one team and went to another team and was great.
Underrated on one team, went to another team and was great. Probably Ben Wallace.
Czar.
Oh man. Damn, let me think. All right.
A lot of players you can say like
Yeah,
that.
it could be any player, right?
Any player.
Well, I'm gonna go with John Randall.
No, I talk about NBA.
That's what I said. NBA fool, John Randall.
Okay.
Oh, what's his name? My bad. What's his name on the Knicks?
Julius Randle.
Julius
Julius.
Randle. Oh. I
Orange Julius.
had a name for it.
Orange
Right
Julius.
there. He said, Ron said, I said NBA. Yeah, Julius Randle, my bad. I'm thinking you talking about Minnesota Vikings, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could name a few. I'm gonna say, David West. He was very underrated at the beginning of his career. Goes to Indiana, becomes a solid number 2 alongside Paul George. I would have to point out Peja Stojakovic. He was very underrated at the beginning of his career. Gets to Sacramento, goes to New Orleans, and then becomes a great player, good number 2. I would say Tracy McGrady as well. I mean, he was stuck in Toronto, behind Vince Carter, goes to Orlando, becomes his own guy. I mean, there's a good amount of examples of that. But I would say, to answer your question, I'm gonna point out and say, you know what? I think David West and probably Peja Stojakovic.
I got one name for y'all, and it's gonna blow y'all mind. Latrell Sprewell.
Why? How? Explain that.
Latrell Sprewell was with the Warriors.
And he was an all-pro.
Wait a minute, play it down.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I want to hear this.
He got into that little fight when he choked out the head coach.
Okay.
He went to, I think, the New York Knicks, traded for him. And look what he done.
Latrell was never better on New York than he was with the Warriors. He was, matter of fact, great, Ron, great that you brought this up. Story. I think we talked about the celebrities. San Jose, 1996 or 7, whatever year he was all pro. He was NBA first team or second team. Jordan was first team. And he was at a nightclub. I was half drunk. And I went up to him and I said, hey, what's up, Spree? I was like, man, you're the second best 2 guard in the league. Most people say, how are you going to say he's the second best? Like, that's an insult. But Jordan, he knew. He was like, oh, man, I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What?
He's one of my favorite players. He was never an all-NBA. He was good with the Knicks, but he was a superstar with the Warriors. He just choked the coach out, got traded. But before all that, he was a baller.
His best year statistically was 96, 97 with the Warriors. I'm looking at it right here. That was his best year.
I'm not lying. I remember that was yesterday. Hey, what's up, Spree? You're like, what's up with you, bro? I'm like, man, you're the second best 2 guard in the league. I appreciate that.
But what I'm saying, look what he did. I think
he was still good, Ron. They got to the finals. You're right.
Right.
What in the strike shortened season or what? I think that was 99. Right. But individually, he was still he was still at the peak with the Warriors. What I'm saying is he wasn't underrated. He didn't do well and then got traded.
Right.
Per your question is what I'm saying.
Okay. Then
that's all I'm saying. But he was good in New York. He was good.
I mean, hey, He was balling with the New York Knicks.
Yeah, him and Allen Houston, they had the little 2 guard. They was doing their thing. But in Golden State, man, that dude was.
I don't know. He went from 24 and 6 per game in Golden State to then having 18 and 4 in New York. So I don't know.
But he was hitting a lot of big shots.
That was my guy. I mean, Jordan, I'm a Bulls fan, but I love and Dennis. There's one right there, Dennis. I love Sprewell, even though he was with
Sprewell.
That was my guy, though.
When he got with the New York Knicks, it like you could see how he just became that dude with them.
I like Joe Johnson.
This motherfucker said Sprewell was great. You better go do some research on him.
You better do some research.
All NBA player. I hate garbage. Yeah, okay.
I'm
surprised he said that. He usually knows this stuff. I'm surprised.
He probably don't like Sprewell.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a lot of players I don't like that are good. I ain't gonna call him. I don't like Kobe. I ain't gonna call him garbage.
But you gotta give that man his props.
Right.
Though. You gotta give.
Sorry, you ready?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, but that was what it was. That was most definitely. There's a lot of players that was like that though, man. That went to other places and just got even better.
You can pick it up and down.
The microwave.
You like Dennis?
I don't know how to do all that shit.
Yeah, put it back on the screen like you just did. No,
I don't know.
Put it on the middle. You just did it like the intro. There you go.
There you go.
So we start Friday is going to go ahead. Friday we're going to order. That's their first thing.
All right. So this one right here is the my fault. I'm saying this shit wrong. This is the Rising Stars Challenge on Friday night. With the NBA All-Star Weekend approaching, we are picking which Rising Star Challenge team will be the winner. Now, I'm cheating and I'm going first, and I'm going with Team Paul Gasol. That's right, I cheated.
Can you make it bigger, Dennis?
I can't do it bigger.
I cannot even see it, man.
You can't see it, man? What do you mean you can't see it?
It's small.
I'm sorry, who'd he pick, though?
Team Paul Gasol. I looked it up before I started. I knew who I was
all right.
picking.
I mean, that's all right.
I'm gonna go with shit. Let's see. Ventura. You know what? You going with team? Oh, that is a good team, Dennis.
Yeah.
Oh, they letting Henry play in this. They letting Scoop play in this game.
Yeah.
Are you serious? So Victor ain't playing though?
No, they let just the couple. I don't know why they didn't let Victor play. That is a good play.
Team Jason gonna get their ass kicked. So I'm definitely not picking them.
There's a bunch of G League guys on Team Jason.
Right. So you know what? I'm gonna pick it since you took them. I'm going with Team Duran. They're Duran. Is that Darren Williams?
That's Darren Williams' team.
Yeah, I'm taking Team Darren Williams, man.
That's what team I'm taking.
Okay. What you got over there, Ian?
Oh, I'm going with Chicago Bulls legend Joakim Noah. I mean, Evan Mobley, Josh Giddey, Jabari Smith Jr. Yeah, I'm taking that big three. So give me Team Joakim.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the next one. Right. That was the Rising Stars Challenge. Now we're gonna get to Saturday. Sticky Iggy. Ooh, ooh. All right, this right here is the skills challenge. We have Team Giannis, which is all the Antetokounmpo brothers. I'm sorry, this is Team Antetokounmpo. It's all three Antetokounmpo brothers.
Antetokounmpo? How you say Antetokounmpo?
Antetokounmpo, yeah.
Or
then you got Team Utah. You got Team Utah Jazz, which is Jordan Clarkson and
Walker Kessler and
Walker Kessler and Colin Sexton. And then you have Team Rookies with Paolo Banchero, Jay Ivey, and who's the third one?
Jabari Smith.
Give me the Jazz.
I'm taking the rookies. I'm cheating.
I'm taking Team Giannis.
I'm taking the Jazz.
Okay.
And I'm taking Team Antetokounmpo.
There you go.
Okay. Antetokounmpo.
No, it's Antetokounmpo.
Ain't no anti. It's Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Thank you. You know Tua's name, but you don't know Giannis's name.
I'm gonna get this shit together. It's
And
basketball.
Shaq used to say "Ente Canupo." We used to crack up. He was on. I had an Instagram post. He was on Shaq and the Fool. He said Giannis Ente Canupo, and they're like Shaq, but it's Ente Tecumpo.
Okay, let's get to the next one.
All right. Now this doesn't have no pictures, but the names are listed. You can see it. Go ahead, Dennis. The names in the middle.
I can't see the names. You got to say.
All right.
I can't say it.
So that's the 3-point. The 3 will each pick a winner. You got Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Kevin Huerta, Damian Lillard, Lauri Markkanen, Anthony Simons, and Jason Tatum. And I'll go first. I'm gonna go first.
Who you got?
Hield has won this thing before, if I'm not mistaken. Lillard's been in this a few times. Man, I called the cat. You remember we had that big old discussion about being the greatest 3-point center, and then he backed it up and won a 3-point shootout, which kind of solidified that. So I'm gonna pick this guy, even though the history I got with him. But I'm gonna ride with this guy, man. I'm gonna ride with Lauri Markkanen.
Give me
ahead,
Damian Lillard.
You got
All
Lillard?
right.
Yeah.
What you got over there, Ian?
I'm going with Anthony Simmons.
Good pick.
Fuck it. I'm gonna take the white boy with the heat. Tyler Hero, baby.
Okay.
Give me Tyler Hero.
Okay. All right.
All right,
I'm
now
going
we on
Anthony
the dunk
Simmons. He won in
contest.
2021. He'll win again in 2023. So
Who?
Simmons, he won in 2021.
He won the 3-point shootout in 2021?
I know he won in 2021 because it was on the screen back
I
then.
didn't know he won in 2021. I know Hield won before, though. All right.
UFC Lopez said he got Anthony Simmons as well.
So we're going to bring this one by one slam dunk. We got Kenyon Martin Jr.
Okay.
We got Mac McClung,
Uh-huh.
Trey Murphy III,
Uh-huh.
and Jericho Sims.
Okay.
Who are you
All right,
going
I'm
with?
gonna cheat and go first, and I'm taking. Give me the white boy, Mac McClung.
Yeah, I heard you talking about him.
Homer.
Who you
And he's
got?
the Sixer right now too. Sixer.
Who you got?
Give me Trey Murphy.
Who you got, Ian?
Wait, who you got, Czar?
I'm going with Kenyon Martin Jr.
And I'm going with Mac. Give me Mac.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 Macs, 1 Trey Murphy, and I'm going with Kenyon Martin Jr. All right.
I would pick the All-Star game, but we don't know who's on whose team because they not drafted to the day of.
Look at it. We have the pool of players here. Obviously, we know there's been some replacements since who is it? KD's not playing. I don't believe Curry's not playing. I think De'Aaron Fox made it. Who else did they pick up? You have it.
Can I point out that Mac McClung has played less than 5 NBA games, but he's in the slam dunk contest?
Yeah, they purposely picked him from the G League.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, they got G League in the Rise game, so but I even though this ain't been drafted, LeBron owns this. Giannis don't know how to draft. I think LeBron's kicked his ass every year they've started this, and LeBron always picks the best players.
This is the one year that Giannis cannot pick Steph Curry because he's injured.
Yeah,
so I
think LeBron's gonna win, bro. He gonna win this because you gotta remember LeBron's strongest trait is picking the best teammates and getting the most help. He's had the most help in NBA history. He's played with the most All-Stars. He knows talent. He should be a scout after his career is over.
I think he's gonna be like an owner or a GM or something when he retired.
No, he gonna own his own team.
But
yeah, he's gonna own the team here in Vegas. That's what it is.
Yeah, he already got $1 billion, so I don't know why.
I'm taking Giannis, by the way. Taking Team Giannis.
I don't know why they would just put their money together and just become a big ownership and go ahead and buy the Washington football team. Yeah, I said it.
Right.
Hey, Dennis, if they have $4 billion, go ahead.
Actually, they should say that they got more. The fact that they won't let no black people in the NFL, we can't come with just $4 billion.
Someone made a
I'm just
good
here to
point.
say,
But
we can't come with 4 billion.
But-
We have to come with 5+.
but Dennis, by you saying that, he came with it. Ty Perry, Oprah Winfrey, they all got together and said we finna buy the Carolina Panthers. How well that worked out?
It ain't work out because they, like I said, you can't come with the minimum. You got to come above and beyond. And I think now with Jay-Z actually being in the NFL, and NFL got what they wanted. They wanted Rihanna, so they got their pregnant Rihanna halftime show, which I don't have a problem with the Rihanna halftime show. I just got a problem with her wearing red. That was it. It's the only problem I had. I felt as though she was on Kansas City side.
I just think, like you said, you gotta come with it to be an owner.
Yeah, I come with it to be an owner. And I think personally, if Floyd and LeBron and Magic Johnson, them guys all come together and buy the Washington football team, I don't think it'll be a problem. And then they just figure out how to split it up as owners.
But everybody get 50-50 and 50.
Well, it's Ryan, ain't no such thing.
I mean, it's 50 fractions, right?
I just saying.
50 fractions.
Yeah.
But
other than that, listen. He said the red didn't bother me. I bet it didn't bother you. Something else. Something else. It's all right.
I mean, hey Dennis. Like I said, man, getting to buy the Washington Commanders, that sounds great on principle.
Commodores.
Apparently, Dan Snyder will only sell it if it's $6 billion. That's what he put it up for, was $6 billion.
He put it up to 6, and if we come with 6, we still won't get it. We gotta come with 7.
But my point is, Dennis, it's not going to happen unless you get to a certain amount, and I don't really know who's going to be able to do that.
And to be honest with you, too, this is what I was told by a couple people. You don't have to have 7 to 8 billion cash right there, or equity right there.
Why
you have to have the down payment of the 10%. What up, player? You have to have the down payment of the 10%. So 10% of that is $700,000. You have to have that down payment like buying a house when you buy an NFL team. That's what I was told. I haven't bought an NFL team.
You also have to put something down as collateral too.
Yeah, that's cool. They got businesses and all that to put down.
Right. You talk about people that got money and business and all that stuff. I mean, rich people. So they got all that.
Well, I'm just saying is that when it comes to people who own, hedge funds and stuff like that, they're more than willing to put that up as collateral. I mean, Czar knows. Steve Cohen put his thing up as collateral.
How did Rihanna's baby make it to the Super Bowl for the Cowboys when we've been there like 8 times? That made no sense. But okay.
Ricky Bobby's crazy.
I know. I mean, if it was correct, I'd give him props, but that was completely wrong.
But
I mean, also, it's not correct too.
Right.
Dak Prescott made the Super Bowl too. So Dak Prescott was at the game.
Exactly. Terrible. Just hating. The Chiefs, when you get 3 more, since you I know you boasting came on the show for the first time because they won the bowl. I bet if they didn't win the bowl, his ass wouldn't have been here today. So you get 2 more, 3 more, come holler at me, bro.
I thought it was 2 more. I thought they already got 3.
They got that one early back in the day. Did they get one back in the day?
Yeah, I think they got that one back in the day.
Hey, you know what? If you win 7 more.
Wait, they got a Super Bowl or was that a championship before the Super Bowl?
I don't know. Don't get me lying. You got me lying now.
Regardless, when
you know what?
I'm
gonna say this.
No, Bobby, it's good. It's all in fun. My tone, I might sound like you, but trust me, it's all trash talking. That's what we do, man. It's good.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this: if you get 7 more, you could have as many NFL championships as Chicago Bears. So there you go.
Right, old school championships. Right.
Yeah, he said they won Super Bowl 4.
Still a championship, man.
Oh, okay, so they got 3. Okay. Yeah. They beat the Packers, right? Was it the Packers?
Vikings.
Oh, yeah, for sure, BJ. You know I'm going to defend mine. Gots to, man. Gots to. I know it's been a while, man. It's been a while, though, but He said he didn't give a date or timeline. I'm like, we've been there, so give a timeline. Say since 2000 or something. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is.
Anybody got any last words?
Like and share the show, and thank you to our fans. Without y'all, we would not be doing this.
Hit the notification bell and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Very happy to be here.
Yes, thank y'all for coming out tonight. God bless y'all.